I'm most excited to be here, to be with you guys. It's my first San Diego. I've never been to this convention before, so it's an honor to be here.
Yeah, it's revitalizing to come to these conventions. It's great. Like, we've been working on these things for a year and a half, and a lot of times, like, I forget that the community doesn't know the stuff that we've been working on. So, like, we're thinking a year out, so I'm really excited to be able to show this stuff. We had a lot of fun stuff yesterday. The reception to Rada here has been great. I'm really happy with how people have been reacting to him and everything else we've shown, like vintage Black Series roleplay. Everything that we've been showing has been great. For me, I think it's Darth Starkiller, the deluxe figure Starkiller. He's been one that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I love that character. I love that game. I think he was a lot of fun. I love all the stuff we got in there with him, the posable wire cape, and I think that was a great item.
I want to say, Tales of the Jedi Dooku, Quinlan Voss, Watto, Tom Wade, the Geonosian, Rook Cast, the list goes on and on and on and on. We did so many clones this year, Thorn, Doom, Dogma, Hardcase. Like, you're asking me to pick between what is like our children, so it's hard to pick any one. But there's so much that has come out this year that I'm super proud of. Our approach is always to start with what the fans are asking for, right? So when we build out our line planning decks, we'll pull all of the March Madnesses, the top things that are coming out on fan polls, Reddit, to make sure that we are aware of what you guys would like to see in the line. And that's how you get things like Quinlan, Dooku, Luminara, Barriss, the Jedi Temple Guards from last year. There's so much that we have done that if you go back and look at those polls, you see them pop up time and time again.
We also not only want to do those characters that like people really want, but we also want to surprise people. Like, there are certain characters that no one was asking for necessarily, like the Turgle, the Scuba Stab, stuff like that. Like, they're things that people were surprised, and the reason why I like doing those characters is it may trigger people to ask us for characters that they wouldn't have asked for in the past. So, like, knowing that we're going to do those more obscure, stranger characters, these things that are from these like smaller parts of the galaxy, it's great then that, because we've started to see in these March Madness brackets, more obscure characters show up in there.
Yeah.
So I think it's great to also surprise the fans and come in with things that maybe weren't on those brackets.
Like, one of my favorite things is when the team revealed Sebulba, right? A lot of the community reacted to it by saying, wait, we didn't even know we were allowed to have this, and then you fast forward to when we revealed Watto, and even after having had Sebulba and knowing that those kind of characters were on the table, fans were still even shocked and surprised and so pleased to see that we did something like Watto as well. So I think, keeping fans on their toes is always a good way to go.
Yeah, and it's just great too that I've been asked for characters I've never been asked for in the past, things that really help vary the line. It's really fun and exciting that people have felt inspired enough to ask for these other things, and seeing the customs online, seeing the things that people want. Like, it's really inspiring to see all that. We wanted to update the colors a little bit. There were some updates. Some of it was us trying to find the old files and then us recreating it. Back then in that animation, a little bit of inconsistency from panel to panel and animation and stuff. So we wanted to make sure that people felt like there's a reason to buy it as well. And then we have the coin in there. The coin is all new, just to pay homage to that. And we felt like that was really important to have in there. And luckily, we had a lot of learnings from the credit collection of doing other coin-like things. It has that good feel to it. So that's a primary update with that Boba.
There's so much to look forward to for 27. It is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, and while we're celebrating that spotlight of A New Hope, we are really looking to the entire franchise overall. And I think that is most obvious with what we're doing with Black Series. By bringing the new design, the new era packaging to fans, we're really hoping to show just how much we are thinking about how much Star Wars means in so many different ways to so many different people. right? To some people, The Phantom Menace and the prequels are their Star Wars. To other people, it's the original trilogy, like A New Hope. And so for us, while we celebrate all of that in Black Series, the common theme is going to be that new packaging. Bigger, bolder logo for the brand, more entertainment logos coming onto the packaging for the very first time, using the product renders that the team worked so hard to create, from sculpting to design to digital rendering to the packaging, having that on display for fans to feel the emotion of Star Wars, the magic of Star Wars. We're starting with Amidala for obvious reasons, because she is so symbolic of a new beginning, right? Like we saw in 1999, because she was everywhere.
Yeah, and we want to, in 2027, just because it's the anniversary of A New Hope, doesn't mean that that's going to be the only thing we celebrate. It'll certainly be the biggest spotlight, but to your point, this is a good representation of the way that we are planning on celebrating Star Wars. It won't just be New Hope. She was the beginning of the Skywalker saga, and she was a hugely important character, someone that has been needed in the line for a while, and we try to make sure that we try to hit as many of those characters, many of those themes and things, items that were needed in the line, and felt like, especially in a year as big as this, that felt like it would have been missing if we didn't have it. So I'm very excited for what we have coming forward. We have a lot of variety, both in terms of character, but also in terms of execution, the kinds of things we're trying, the things that we're doing. Luckily, we've had a lot of success with the things like Vignette, the ATRT, Rada here. We're trying to get more variety in terms of, it's not just a 6-inch figure, that we have creatures, vehicles, stuff like that, things that break that silhouette. And I think you guys are going to be excited and happy for the stuff we have coming forward, because there will be something for everyone, and there will be some new things that maybe some people didn't realize that they wanted.
And it's not just Black Series, you know, we're also expanding that to vintage, to retro. As part of a new era, vintage will be even more focused on its world-building heritage, even more focused on the HasLabs that we have previously offered that fans have been so supportive of, and further building out the worlds that they are the centerpiece of. With retro, again, you've seen how in previous years we've been doing those 6-figure multi-packs. In 27 it is even more than that. More characters that you will have seen previously. They may have differences that they've never had before in retro, and ultimately things that you have never seen before in retro from us that will really, I think, get fans shedding tears of joy next year. Chris hand carried it from Boston to San Diego.
We already have a case study of it making through security, so
yes,
that's one thing.
I would not take note of the fact that Chris is not here. Chris is actually at a different panel revealing a different thermal detonator right now with our partners over at EA. So that's breaking news for you right here, right now. But Chris carried that through security, had no problem. It is very clearly a toy. A premium roleplay toy at that, but it has electronics, it has lights, it has sounds. It is a lot of fun, and it has some real weight to it.
You can drop it, and we don't know about the longevity of it if we do drop it, but we do have drop tests when we're working on this stuff. So theoretically, it should pass most drop tests, but there is button cells in there. You can just remove those out if there is issues with wanting to get it through security and stuff. Luckily, it's a very intentional. You have to switch it back. It's a very intentional movement to be able to activate it and get that button, that beeping sequence. And hopefully it does well, because we have plans for more accessories, things outside of the helmets and outside the lightsabers that we would love to do. We want to have more consumable price points in the premium roleplay while still keeping it premium. And I think this is a great first step.
The good thing is that when you look at how we have been managing premium roleplay and what fans are looking for, it is so focused on the helmets and the lightsabers. That is the bread and butter of that premium roleplay line. The good thing is when you look to next year, there are, and we've already seen it, right? We've already revealed the Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet. each helmet that we are doing next year is the first time we have ever done those specific helmets. The lightsabers that are coming next year, you guys are going to be really excited about, I think. It's a bright future for premium roleplay.